DreAllDay.com.
What up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Coming to y'all with another second round preview. I told you I'm going to do previews of all the series in the second round since there's only 4 of them. This is the only, I'm recording this Friday evening. This is the only other series that is actually set already. So we got, I think, the Brooklyn Nets, Atlanta Hawks still playing as of Friday afternoon. The game didn't happen yet. I know it was on Friday, so by the time you see this, that game has already happened. So we'll have that series set, and I'll come to you with a preview of that. And then the other series is the Spurs and Clippers. Their Game 7s on Saturday, and I don't think this video will be out until after both of those series probably will have been decided. So now we're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Chicago Bulls. This is a very good series. This is one that I think everybody has wanted to see all season. Unfortunate that it's happening in the second round instead of the Eastern Conference Finals, because I do believe these are the 2 best teams in the East. Atlanta Hawks, I know they had a great season and won the most games, but one thing that I've seen a challenge with the Hawks is they don't have that one guy who can just take over and just say, forget it, get out the way, I'm taking over this game, we're going to win. Some people agree, some people disagree with that. But anyway, let's talk about the teams that we're discussing here, the Cavaliers and the Bulls. First of all, very, very unfortunate that the Cavs lost Kevin Love with the injury when he got tangled up with Olynyk. Whether Olynyk did that on purpose or not, we'll never actually know. All we know is what we saw in the video. It looks like he might have, but then he said he didn't, and who knows. And Kevin Love big men kind of do that hook move to each other all the time. So whether Olynyk was trying to do that or if he knew that would even happen, who knows? But all we know is the facts, which is Kevin Love won't be playing. He's out for the rest of the playoffs. So the Cavs are going to have to do it without him. But they still got a damn good team without him. I mean, they got Mozgov and Tristan Thompson, even though they have very different skill sets from Kevin Love. Kevin Love being a great outside three-point shooter at that 4 position. Now they got 2 guys who are more in the paint guys replacing Kevin Love. But Cavaliers still do have Mr. LeBron James, who is still the best player in the NBA. He ain't going to win the MVP this year, but he still is the best player in the NBA. Kyrie Irving, who's an electric guard. I mean, all y'all know a lot about Kyrie. Then we look on the Chicago Bulls side. I like the way the Bulls came out in Game 6 of the Milwaukee series and just beat the shit out the Milwaukee Bucks, beat them by 50 in the last game of that series. I pretty much knew that would happen after the Game 4 thing when it was, I don't know if they were down, if the Bucks were down or if it was tied, but Derrick Rose caught not looking at the ball. Jared Bayless makes the buzzer-beating layup, so Milwaukee had 1 win. And then I think the Bulls were still kind of shell-shocked after that. Lost Game 5 at home, and then they went back up to Milwaukee, and I said, all right, the Bulls have some veterans on that team. They got a veteran coach. They got a former MVP at point guard. They're going to just destroy Milwaukee because they're going to come to play. And they did come to play, and they ran the Bucks out of their own gym. So going into this series, the Bulls, I know their big men are not all completely healthy. They're all active and playing, but they're not all completely healthy. And the Cavs, aside from Kevin Love not playing at all, everybody else appears to be healthy. I like LeBron James beating Chicago here because LeBron, when he was with the Cavs, I remember that last year with the Cavs, he pretty much destroyed the Bulls. And then when he was his first year with the Heat, they destroyed the Bulls again. And then when Derrick Rose was injured, they destroyed the Bulls again. I think it was 4-1 all 3 times. Might have been 4-2 the time in 2010. And I know that none of those teams are the same team that they have now, but I think the mentality, the confidence, and just the knowing that I've kicked this team's ass in the past, I think that matters, especially when you're talking about the best player on the court out of all the players on both teams is LeBron James. But the Bulls, Jimmy Butler has emerged as an all-star player. Derrick Rose is playing at star level right now. Of course, you got Noah, who hates the Cavs and probably hates LeBron James. Maybe basketball hate, not personal hate. Nikola Mirotic, Pau Gasol. The Cavs, Tristan Thompson's played really well this year in his role. Once the Cavs realized who he is, pretty much what they're going to get out of him, and they start using him for his strengths, he's been really good. He's a monster on the offensive glass, and I think one thing y'all should watch out for is Tristan Thompson is going to hurt the Bulls on the offensive glass because Pau Gasol does not box out very regularly. Pau Gasol doesn't focus a lot on boxing out. He grabs a good amount of rebounds. He's 7 feet and he has long arms. But he doesn't always box out. And a guy like Tristan Thompson, one of those high motor guys, energy, athletic guys who like to go for offensive boards all the time, they can hurt you if you don't actually focus on them. You got to go find that guy and box him out every time a shot goes up. The Bulls don't do that. Not all of their bigs do it. Pau Gasol being one, and he's going to play a lot of minutes. Tristan's going to hurt them with some offensive rebounds in this series. That's just a little thing. I'm interested, of course, for the Kyrie-Derrick Rose matchup. I also want to see the LeBron against Jimmy Butler matchup. That's going to be a good one. Now let's get to the preview. Who do I think is going to win this series? So the Cavs are the number 2 seed. The Bulls are the number 3. So the Cavs have home court here. LeBron James, of course, he came back to Cleveland to win for his city, coming back to the Cavs. Kyrie Irving, his first time in the playoffs. Now they're out without Kevin Love. I think that this is going to actually make them play better, because now that they don't have Kevin Love, it's like, all right, now people are saying that we might not win. They're trying to count us out. And Kyrie, of course, has a lot to prove because he hasn't been to the playoffs until this year. LeBron James, of course, he didn't win MVP this year. He said down the stretch run of the season that I want to win MVP, but he's not going to get MVP. And he's going to know by this point. By the time that series starts, he'll probably have already known that he didn't get it. So I think that gives him some extra incentive. He's going against the Bulls, a team that, like I said, sports hate. I don't think personal hate, but they don't like each other, these two teams, especially with a guy like Joakim Noah and Taj Gibson. They like to talk a lot. The Bulls fans like to heckle LeBron. Every fan likes to on the road teams. I got to go with the Cavaliers. In any series like this, even though I like the Bulls have a great team. I like a lot of players that they have. Any series that's like this, I like to go with whoever the best player on the floor is. And if you take the rosters of both of those teams and lay them down, the best player on the floor is LeBron James. He's better than everybody else on the Cavs. He's better than everybody on the Bulls. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And even if the other team might be better, I say I got to see that guy get beat. I got to see the best player get beat. So even last year in the finals, I said I got to go with the Heat until the Spurs beat them, because LeBron James was the best player in that series. They lost. So having the best player doesn't guarantee you're going to win, but I'm going to pick the best player if I can't clearly decide. I'm going with the Cavs in this series. LeBron James is going to do his thing. I'm not even taking this to 7. I say 6. I say the Cleveland Cavaliers defeat the Chicago Bulls in 6 games. That'll be game 6 in Chicago on the road. I like watching LeBron on the road. He does his thing. Again, the Cavs bigs are going to do a job here. They probably may have to dust off some of their outside shooters, James Jones and Mike Miller, off the bench, come hit some jump shots. Cavs in 6. That's my pick for this series. So let me know what you think. Of course, you can leave that down there in the comments. I'm sure you will. I don't have to tell you that. And I'm going to come to you with previews of the other 2 series, the one in the West, which will be Houston against Spurs Clippers. I know by the time you see this, we'll already know who that is. And then we have Washington against Hawks Nets. And again, you'll know who that is by the time this video comes out, but I don't know at the time I'm recording this. So y'all see those when I get to them. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Checking out this video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here. And make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day. Work on your game.